What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Dare I do it? Should I do it? Should I talk about AMC? Let's talk about AMC. Let's throw it out there. So I'll show you what I'm looking for overall in the market, what I think it could mean, where AMC sits, the implied volatility, max pain, all of that fun stuff. If you don't mind, hit the like button. I'll get right into the information. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It's just for entertainment purposes only, so let's be entertained. All right, so check it out. You guys were probably all watching, waiting for the CPI numbers to come out, and you saw the drop. I mean, that's like a $20 move in the SPY overall, and a lot of times, for some reason, we like to act like AMC's in the SPY because it does like to kind of emulate what's going on with the movements there. So what I'm looking for is really a bounce in the SPY. I think 394.20 range, somewhere in that vicinity, could be a very nice support line for the SPY. Now overall, with that massive drop, AMC, you see about $1 move, you know, with the $20 move in the SPY. So even if I'm off a little bit in what is going on in the overall markets, my next major support would be another $10 down, which would be what, another 50 cents roughly in AMC if we were comparing this move to what could still go down. I think overall I'm a little bullish short term, very short term, as far as the SPY, the overall markets go. I think there's going to be some recovery before FOMC, which I think could be beneficial for AMC in the position that it's in, with the implied volatility being lower on all of the options. We know where max pain is. If not, let's take a look at max pain real quick. Max pain for the week is at $14, so considerably higher than where we are right now. What I like is the setup that we have now. It was going for that breakout, but as you know, CPI came out. Overall markets affected a lot of the plays. Almost all of the plays were bleeding for a while. But even if SPY wants to retrace down to, what did I say, 385.35, even if it wants to do that, I think that still keeps us in this channel right here. So if it does want to touch the base, I think by tomorrow it's going to have to make its decision towards the end of the day, maybe pre-market, come Thursday. But I do think it's going to make its decision on a move. And for some reason, I have a pretty good feeling that we were going to break out of here if it wasn't for CPI. And I don't think the pullback was as extreme as it could have been. So I think there's still a lot of bullish momentum and activity that wants to push us in the right direction. The selling activity doesn't seem to be all that high. I mean, looking at the overall volume, pretty light day. Nobody's really trying to hammer it down at this moment, which, I mean, if they wanted to hammer it down, today would be a day to instill that fear and to be able to make people kind of believe that, yeah, the markets are bleeding, so why shouldn't this? But that's not what we see happening, which is kind of interesting to me, which makes me have a little bit of a bullish hope and direction to it. And I do think that we might see a pretty decent rip. Now, it's all going to come down to how it respecs out, I'd say, tomorrow, relatively, as far as if we're going to hold up and push through. I think if we see a bounce off of this bottom trend line, then very, very good chance that it is going to finally break out and rip through here. I like that the overall price point that we have to break out is not really that high, sitting right at, say, $10 if it was to happen bright and early in the morning tomorrow. And our support lines, pretty decent, sitting down here around $9.48. So I want to see it open up in between $9.48 and $10, call it $9.50 and $10. And if we do that, I think that there could be a pretty good chance that things get a little interesting come Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now, I'm only saying that because I do think that the markets are going to have to heat back up coming into FOMC. We know that they don't want to be too far out of whack and then have a drastic move. The market makers want to be somewhat in line. I was saying this was all fake. It was low volume on all of your blue chips, and the markets just were not moving right for the last 2 or 3 days, and I think you guys probably felt that as well. You looked at the volume, you saw that there was no real selling pressure, and then bam, it hit. So that's what I'm looking at, is a bounce pretty much right here while we are making the video. I want to see if that is the bounce point for the SPY to turn things around going into the end of the week, and just kind of where they want to level off base for the upcoming FOMC. Now, for some reason, I feel somewhere around the 406 to 408 level would probably be something that would be a little high, I guess. But if we follow this out into FOMC range, you know, somewhere around the 401 to 403 range might be something that the market makers might be looking into. But either way, I think the numbers are still considerably higher than where we sit right now. So I'm interested to see what way they take it. With a drop like that, you would feel that there would have to be some sort of correction, even if you don't think that it's warranted or deserved. And the fact that the overall markets didn't have that major impact on AMC makes me a little bit bullish as well. So let's see what happens. I'm actually looking for $12.99. Let's see if it happens. Thanks for coming back, guys. If you don't mind, you can drop a like. You're always welcome to leave a comment or subscribe to the channel. I will catch you in the next one. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.